You ever watch someone at the top of their game, and then watch it all go sideways?
Yeah.
That's this story. Blake Lively had it made. A-list status. Blockbusters. Red carpet magic. She was Hollywood's golden girl. Then came this director. Charming. Up and coming. The kind of guy everyone says is visionary. They team up on a film that was supposed to be huge. But instead of awards season buzz, we got lawyers, allegations, and a PR nightmare no one saw coming. Now it's not just gossip, it's full-on legal warfare. And careers are hanging by a thread. So what really went down? Why is Blake's name suddenly all over court documents? Stick with me. Because once you see what's behind the headlines, you'll realize this isn't just drama. It's a masterclass in how fast Hollywood can turn on you. To understand the chaos, we need to rewind. Blake Lively wasn't just famous. She was beloved. After rising to stardom as Serena van der Woodsen on Gossip Girl, she became a staple in Hollywood. Red carpets, leading roles, high fashion campaigns, married to Ryan Reynolds. Everyone saw her as untouchable. But in late 2023, Blake signed onto a film that looked like her next big step. An edgy drama titled The Fourth Wall. It was supposed to show her range, her power, her evolution as an actress. Instead, it became the center of a very public and very ugly battle. The director was Sebastian Cole, a newcomer with just one indie hit. But he had buzz. He was being called the next big thing in cinema. Visionary. Emotional. A genius with female characters, one critic said. Cole pitched The Fourth Wall as a deep dive into the blurred lines between reality and performance. He wanted it raw, intense, uncomfortable, and Blake. She signed on instantly. She said the script broke her open, that it scared her in all the right ways. But the chemistry between Blake and Sebastian, it didn't stay on the page. Just weeks into production, whispers started. Crew members noticed how often Blake and Sebastian disappeared for private discussions. How she started arriving earlier and staying later. Rumors spread fast. People speculated about an emotional, or even romantic, affair. Then Ryan Reynolds visited the set. Just once. Left after one day. No smiles. No photos. No press. Still, no one expected what happened next. One night, during a particularly emotional scene, Blake abruptly walked off set. Witnesses say she looked visibly shaken. She locked herself in her trailer. Sebastian followed. They were inside for over an hour. The next morning, Blake didn't show up to set. Production halted. Officially, creative pause. Unofficially, panic. By the end of the week, Blake's legal team had issued a notice to the studio. They accused Sebastian Cole of violating creative boundaries, coercion, and creating a toxic work environment. That's when the leaks started. An anonymous crew member came forward in a viral Reddit thread. They claimed Sebastian manipulated Blake emotionally during takes, pressured her to push beyond agreed scene boundaries, and blurred the line between acting and reality. Then, a leaked video surfaced, a behind-the-scenes clip showing Sebastian yelling instructions at Blake mid-scene. Her face looks panicked. She steps back. The video ends. It exploded online. Millions of views. Hashtags trending. Hashtag justice for Blake. Hashtag set boundaries. Hashtag fourth wall fallout. Blake filed a formal lawsuit in January 2024. Charges included emotional distress, breach of contract, and manipulation. Sebastian countersued for defamation, claiming Blake was trying to sabotage his rising career. Suddenly, everyone in Hollywood was choosing sides. Celebrities, studios, directors. Some backed Blake. Others quietly stayed out of it. It wasn't just a legal battle now. It was a culture war. After the filing, Blake went dark. No social posts. No interviews. Nothing. Some said she was preparing. Others claimed she was negotiating a quiet exit from Hollywood altogether. Her team refused to comment. Then came the interview. It aired on a Tuesday. Blake, barefaced, honest. She said she'd been pushed too far. That certain scenes were changed without her knowledge. That she was told to trust the process even when it felt wrong. She said, "I love this industry, but I'm done suffering for someone else's art." The response was immediate. Support flooded in. Old co-stars shared similar stories. Sebastian was dropped from a Netflix project. Studios began quietly distancing themselves. This wasn't just Blake's fight anymore. After Blake's interview, the dominoes started falling. A-list actresses spoke up. Directors were called out. Behind the scenes, studios began rewriting contracts to protect actors from emotional coercion. Blake had accidentally sparked a movement. But she never claimed to be a hero. She just said, "No one should feel unsafe doing their job." 3 months later, Blake signed onto a streaming series, but this time as executive producer. She controls the script, the casting, the crew. It's called Untitled for now. Ironically, it's about a woman who blows up her career to save her soul. Sound familiar? But here's the twist. Just when Blake's star was rising again, new documents hit the court. In February 2025, the judge unsealed over 200 pages of court filings from both Blake Lively's legal team and Sebastian Cole's defense. Inside, a timeline, a pattern, and some shocking receipts. There were internal emails from production staff that hinted at serious red flags, emails saying things like, "Blake seems uncomfortable, but he insists it's part of the process." One assistant director even wrote, "If this blows up, it's on him." Everyone's walking on eggshells. But it doesn't stop there. A string of text messages between Sebastian and a studio exec showed what looked like a deliberate media manipulation strategy. "Sebastian, we control the story. Make her look emotional, not abused." Exec, "Got it. I'll spin it as creative tension. She's a perfectionist." Let that sink in. They were talking strategy. About how to frame Blake, the alleged victim, as the problem. The internet lost its mind when this came out. But the bigger question was, how deep did this go? Enter Eva Moreno. Rising star. Small role in The Fourth Wall. Eva's statement was released quietly. No press. No public post. But we read it. She said Sebastian blurred the line between character and reality. That he would isolate actors to break them down for raw performances. And worst of all, that she was told not to speak up or she'd be cut from the film. This wasn't just about Blake anymore. It was a pattern. A week later, an anonymous crew member leaked an audio recording to a major entertainment outlet. In the clip, Sebastian is heard yelling, not directing, yelling at Blake. And here's the kicker, at one point, Blake calmly says, "This is too far." Sebastian replies, "This is what you signed up for." It's chilling, and it led to instant fallout. Directors backed out of working with Sebastian Cole. Streaming deals were cancelled. Talent agencies dropped him within 48 hours. Meanwhile, support for Blake hit a new high. Emma Stone, Reese Witherspoon, Zendaya, all posted messages of solidarity. Even Ryan Reynolds, usually silent on drama, tweeted one sentence, "You don't mess with my wife." Mic dropped. Turns out, Blake's team hired a private investigator early on. And he found more than just text messages. He found a burner phone, used to communicate off-record with gossip blogs, used to smear Blake's name anonymously, used to plant stories that painted Sebastian as the misunderstood genius. The phone was traced back to someone inside Sebastian's PR team. Now the court has it, and the judge is not amused. Blake finally broke her silence in April 2025. She released a simple video. Black background. No music. Just her. She said, "I told the truth. I was pushed too far. And I won't be silent anymore." She didn't cry. She didn't scream. She just looked straight at the camera. and told her story. And once again, the world listened. At the time of this video, the court hasn't issued a final ruling. But all signs point one way. Judges don't like cover-ups. They don't like burner phones. And they really don't like witnesses being silenced. There's talk of a settlement. But if this goes to trial, it could reshape the way Hollywood makes movies. And it might take down more than just one director. The buzz now is, who's next? If Sebastian Cole operated like this, was he alone? Or just one part of a bigger problem? Multiple insiders say more names are about to be dropped. More directors. More productions. More secrets. And here's the crazy part. A new anonymous email just hit our tip line. Subject line: "This isn't just about Blake. We're verifying it. But if it's legit, this story is going much deeper than anyone thought." It came from someone calling themselves Truth Seeker. The email contained files, screenshots, voice memos, and documents that exposed a web of control, manipulation, and abuse far bigger than just one director. And at the center of it all, a group of powerful producers and execs who've built their empires by keeping actors in line, often at any cost. First up, the name Mark Lenson kept popping up. A producer with a reputation for getting results, but also for silencing anyone who spoke out. Leaked emails showed Mark pressuring crew and cast to sign NDAs, and threatening careers if they spoke to the press. Then there's Janice Rowe, a studio exec who allegedly coordinated media spin after Blake's lawsuit broke. One insider said Janice told her team to make Blake look unstable, so the public turns against her. The network of power and silence? It's thick and dangerous. But it's not just producers and execs. Agents play a huge role, too. Some actors confessed that their agents advised them to stay quiet, even when things got abusive. One leaked text from an agent read, "Remember, your job is to protect the brand, no matter what the cost." That kind of pressure crushes careers and breaks spirits. The files also revealed secret late-night meetings between Sebastian Cole, Mark Lenson, and Janice Rowe, all about damage control. One recording captured Janice saying, "We need a scapegoat. Make it about Blake's creative differences." But insiders say this plan backfired. Instead of quieting the scandal, it added fuel to the fire. Eva Moreno, the second actor from Part 2, she just released a new statement. She detailed how the pressure to keep quiet almost ruined her. "I feared losing my career, but staying silent felt worse. We all knew the truth, but no one dared to say it," she said. Her courage is inspiring a new wave of actors to come forward. This scandal is part of a bigger change sweeping Hollywood. Laws are being proposed to protect actors from emotional abuse on set. Movements like #MeToo showed us the power of speaking out, and now, Blake and others are leading the charge for real, lasting change. This is it. The moment everyone's been waiting for. After months of shockwaves, leaks, and secret testimonies, the Blake Lively scandal has finally reached its conclusion. And trust me, the final chapter is bigger and more explosive than anyone expected. The courtroom was packed. Cameras flashing. Everyone wanted a glimpse of Blake, the woman who stood up to Hollywood's darkest secrets. Blake took the stand with calm confidence. She told her story again, but this time under oath. She described the emotional and psychological abuse she faced. And then came the bombshell. Blake revealed that several high-profile figures tried to intimidate her into silence. The courtroom gasped. The judge reminded everyone this was about truth, not power. Just when we thought we'd heard it all, a surprise witness entered the scene. A former close aide to Sebastian Cole came forward. Their testimony confirmed the manipulations, the burner phone tactics, and the intentional smear campaigns against Blake. The aide admitted feeling guilty for staying silent, but now wanted justice. This testimony turned the tide. After weeks of deliberation, the jury reached a verdict. They ruled overwhelmingly in Blake's favor. Sebastian Cole and the implicated producers were ordered to pay hefty damages and face industry blacklisting. But beyond money, the case set a precedent for holding Hollywood's power brokers accountable. The fallout was immediate. Several projects involving Sebastian and his producers were cancelled. Agents implicated in the scandal lost clients. More importantly, studios promised to implement new actor protection policies. This scandal sparked real, lasting change in Hollywood culture. Blake emerged stronger than ever. She signed new roles with top studios who praised her bravery. Her public image transformed from victim to victor, and fans rallied behind her, inspired by her courage. This story isn't just about one actress or one director. It's about the power of truth, the strength of standing up, and the importance of a culture that protects its people, not just its profits. So that's the Blake Lively scandal, told from start to finish. A story of darkness and light, of fear and courage, of silence broken and justice served. If there's one thing to take away, Hollywood will never be the same. Thanks for watching. If you found this story eye-opening, hit like, share it with friends, and subscribe for more deep dives into the biggest celebrity stories. And remember, sometimes, the truth really is stranger than fiction.